Hi guys. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about something that I've been holding in and holding in and holding in, and I don't want to hold it in anymore. In case you ever needed a reminder of how awful people can be. So, my friend went to this other person's house, who's supposedly a friend, went to their house to pick up, I think it was a bike, free bike. Okay, so that's cool. Free's affordable. Well, she wasn't there. She wasn't there, but her son was there. What happened was Milo, my dog, was in his truck, and he had shut the door. When he did that, Milo wanted to get out, so he jumped up and locked the door. So the AC is running, but it's not cooling him off because the truck is idling. So the AC is not really doing what it needs to be doing. So he had to beg the son. Jane is supposedly a friend of ours. Okay? And he had to beg his son, who doesn't know my friend, but all he had to do was call his mom at work and say, do you know this guy named such and such? And, this is da-da-da-da. And she would have said, oh, yeah, he's a friend of mine. It's cool. But he just didn't want to be bothered. He said, Milo's locked in the truck. It's hot in the truck because the truck is idling. And I need to get to my house to get the spare key so I can get inside the truck. For 15 minutes, he would not do it. 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 He had to literally beg him for 15 minutes. Can you please take me to my house? Can you please take me to my house? I'll pay you for gas. Please take me to my house. He wouldn't do it. 15 minutes later, he had to beg, literally beg this person to take him to his house to get the spare key. In the meantime, he called me. So I went there because I'm like, what the hell is going on? He did get him. He called his mother at work, and all she had to do, like I said, was say, hey, I know who he is. He's safe. It's cool. Just go ahead and, help him out. Well, he wouldn't do it. So he had to beg him to take him to his house to get the spare key. And then what happened was when he got him to his house, my friend could not find the spare key. So we're back to square one. So in the meantime, I am on my way, or I finally get to the friend's house, so-called friend's house. And we're back to square one. Her son goes in the house and basically locks himself up in there and doesn't offer to help in any way, shape, or form. And we'll get to why in a minute. So I get there. Milo's been in the truck for probably, 15 minutes at this point, which feels like an eternity when you're hot and sweating, and he's got a fur coat on, right? He's a dog. He's got a fur coat on. And I go to see him, and I'm like trying to console him, and I'm trying to, let me get this down a little bit more because I look like a floating head. Okay. I'm trying to console him. And I said, you're okay. You're okay. Milo, look at me. Milo, look at me. Milo, look at mommy. Look at mommy. And bear with me. I thought I was going to keep my cool, and I'm not going to keep my cool. I'm watching my dog die. I'm watching my dog suffer. I'm watching him lose focus with his eyes. He's not paying any attention to me because he's overheating. And he's panicking. And he's probably wondering why no one's helping him. And his eyes have lost focus. And he's looking, but he can't see. He's getting worse. And there's not a damn thing I could do at that point. He's not paying any attention to me. He doesn't want to hear anything anybody has to say. He wants out of the truck. He's starting to drool real heavily. We went to the neighbors and asked for help. We asked for locksmith's information, all of that. Nothing. We eventually had to break the window. Her neighbors wouldn't answer the door because my friend is like 6'2", broad shoulders. He looks like a football player. You got some big burly dude knocking on your door, giving you this sob story, which may or may not be true. People don't know, right? They're all cautious. So they don't want to open the door. So I was kind of pissed about that. And the locksmith was going to take too long because they were way out in the middle of who knows where, and it was just going to take too long to get there. So my friend had to break the window. And of course, somebody called the cops at that point and all this other. And he's like, "You okay?" He's like, "Yeah." Explain to him what happened. We'll clean the glass up. We're better now, type of deal. And as soon as I've been to her yard before, and so I knew where the garden hose was. So I got him out of the truck immediately and took him to her backyard, and I ran the cold water on the garden hose, and I poured cold water on his body, cool water on his body, on his head, on his under his belly, his chest, so his core organs could get cool water, access to cool water. And so I've been holding this in for almost a year now. So I got him cooled off right away, and I said, "You're okay, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay." And he felt relieved almost right away because of the cool water, And I'm not really worried about the cold water as such a shock to his system. I would rather cool him off immediately than have him suffer and go into heat exhaustion or heat stroke, which would kill him. And he wasn't too far away from going unconscious. It was bad. It was really bad. I'm glad we busted out the window because we tried to do it the right way, and that wasn't working. So that's still traumatizing for me, as you can tell. He's my child. You know what I'm saying? This person owns 2 dogs. You would think that she would be a lot more considerate, and she would tell her precious son, "Help him now. The dog is locked in the truck. Get it. Come on." She didn't jump his ass. Nope, 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 nope. And when I mentioned it to her, what he had done, she said, "Well, he's in high school, okay? Well, I warned him about stranger danger, and he's not a fucking child. He's in high school, but he's not like 5, okay? He's a senior." Oh my God. So she treats him like he's 5. He's her newest surprise kid, okay? And she rolls out the red carpet for his ass, which I told you, this always goes in bad places. He is he's a senior, not really a child. He's a senior in high school. She got him a hybrid vehicle because he don't want for shit, baby. He gonna get the best of the best. When I mentioned this to her, how he would not help, she defended it, defended it, defended it, and defended it. Well, I warned him about strangers, which isn't an excuse. All he had to do was call her at work and say, "Mom, do you know this person?" That's all the fuck he had to do. Don't. And then she defended all the neighbors, which I kind of understand because they're all elderly and they don't know who this dude is at their door and all this. They would have probably been more receptive to me because I'm a female and not threatening or whatever. But, so I kind of get that. I wasn't thrilled, but I kind of understood to a point. But you could see the vehicle in the middle of the road with the animal in the car. So we're not doing that to set you up to rob you. I don't know. It's just crazy. Okay. But she never apologized. My friend paid him more money than the gas was that he paid him more than what the gas was to go clear to his house. She mentioned about that. Oh, he paid that much money for that short drive. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah. Because we don't want him being angry about anything else, because it was a real inconvenience for him to get involved in the first goddamn place. But we didn't say all that. Her son, she's always gone. She travels. She has an automatic feeder and an automatic water thing for her dogs, because the king, her son, is not going to water or feed the dogs or take care of them. Look here. In case you haven't figured it out, he's a narcissist. He's not going to do anything that he don't want to fucking do. He's not feeding or watering your dog. He's not going to take care of you. He's not going to look out for you. He's not going to help you in an emergency situation. And when my friend mentioned it to someone else in the group, this is from meetup.com, by the way, be very careful who you hang out with. Anyway, because I don't give a fuck at this point. This summer is kind of flashing me back to that. Wow. So what happened was, my friend mentioned it to another friend in the group and said how the son acted like he wasn't gonna, my friend had to beg him. I gotta turn this fan on, I'm dying. Hold on. All right, y'all, sorry about that. Oh, that feels so much better. Anyway, here's where it gets weird, right? Well, the whole thing is weird. My friend told one of the girls in the group, and she said, well, I don't know why he would act like that, because when his mom was gone, I had to take him to the emergency room because he had an issue. Right. If he needs you, you're supposed to drop everything. If you need him, sucks to be you. Does that not sound like a goddamn narcissist to you? It is. He's not going to feed her dogs when she's gone. He's not going to water the dogs. In fact, I was there and let my dog have a play date. This is before all this dropped off. Before all this went down. I was there with Milo so Milo could play with her dog and kind of burn some of his energy off. And I happened to glance down at the water thing. What? Stop. Because you're being a butt. Get up here. Get up here. Now. Stop being a butthole. Thank you. Teenager. Anyway. Yeah, he needed to go to the ER, and she didn't hesitate to bring him. He didn't have to beg for 15 fucking minutes. He didn't have to beg and plead. She took him! Because that's what you do in an emergency situation. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Sad part is, what's even worse than all that, she's known Milo since he was a baby. She held him when he was only this big, so she knew and supposedly had a connection with him. And she was willing to let him die so that her fucking son wasn't inconvenienced. Be careful who you hang out with, because they may seem cool and they're fun to hang with and they're this and that. But if you have an emergency, go fuck yourself. I'm just telling you. That's how it's going to go down. One of the people was helpful through a couple of crises that I had. But he's a moody son of a bitch. And he'll come out the side of his neck and be rude without provocation. Okay? He's mad at the whole world because his face is disfigured. Let's just keep it fucking real. His face is disfigured, so he's angry at everybody. We didn't do that to you. Stop it! We have accepted you for who you are until we found out that you're a mean little bastard underneath all that nice guy shit. Be careful who you hang with. Because if you have an emergency situation and you're dealing with narcs, I've said that to you I don't know how many times. You're dealing with narcs, you're on your own. Okay? Screw you and your situation. If somebody gets sick or dies, it happens. That's their mentality. She's also been traumatized. The mother herself has been traumatized in her past, which I think caused her to become a narcissist. She was raped by her brother. Okay? Still had a relationship with him. Why, I don't know. And I don't mean like that. I mean, she still talked to him during family reunions and all. I never would have spoken to his ugly ass again. Of course, I don't know what he looks like, but when you act like that, you're definitely an ugly person. So she's not been right. She has a government job, she gets paid extremely well, and she gives herself the best of the best, and she gives her stupid ass son, her selfish, narcissistic son, the best of the best. So he's not going to, he is a narcissist. I'm not going to do anything that I don't want to damn do. And if your dog dies of starvation or gets dehydrated, I don't care. That's the reason she has an automatic feeder and an automatic water, because she knows that her son ain't going to do shit. And she's okay with that. She's okay with that. Here's your hybrid, because you've worked so hard your whole life to deserve a hybrid. But one day, I forgot to say this because I was distracted, but I had Milo in the yard playing with her dog. And I happened to glance down at the automatic water thing. It's just a plastic bowl, and it clips onto the main bowl, and the water just comes down, and the more they drink, then the water comes down lower, automatic water, whatever. Anyway, I looked down at it, and it had green in it. Algae was forming in the water, because that's how long it had been since it'd been cleaned. Because she was probably gone, because she's gone like all the time. The king is not going to clean that, because that's for peasants. I washed it out with soap and water to get the algae out of it, so that the dogs can actually have clean water to drink. I've also fallen down in front of her before. She never reached forward to pick me up like, oh, girl, come here. She never tried to help me. She just stood there. I can't fucking stand people. I hate them. I swear to God. I hate people. I do. My problem is people can see my goodness a mile away. I had a conversation with this couple, and they told me about it. They said, you're an empath, aren't you? And I said, what makes you think that? And these are total strangers. She says, oh, I could just tell. I said, how do you know I'm not faking? How do you know I'm not pretending to be a good person? She says, you're not. I've been around people my whole life, and you are a genuinely good person. That's another story that I don't have time for right now, but they were a lesbian couple, and I started to get to know them. But the one, since she'd been drinking a lot, she was all over me, hugging me constantly, and I think that's the reason the wife didn't want to be friends with me, because she's like, why are you all over her? Meaning her wife, why are you all over her? And I'm single, so she didn't want her wife around me. So that got kicked to the wayside. I don't want your wife. I don't. But I don't want to be a third wheel either. So married people have a tendency to hang with other married people, so y'all do your thing this way. Hopefully you're not insecure and thinking that someone who you don't even know is contemplating taking your wife. If you're that insecure in your marriage, y'all need to go to therapy. But anyway, moving right along. So like I said, I've been holding this for a long time. It feels good to let it out. I felt like I was watching my dog, keep saying die, watching my dog die right in front of me. And to know that someone could help and didn't want to. And has excuse. Let me explain something to y'all. Narcissists have millions of excuses as to why they don't want to do what you need done or what you want done. So the Mississippi River and the Mississippi River and the Missouri River are over. Be quiet. Come here. What's your problem anyway? Come here. I know what your problem is. Come here. Come here, baby boo. I love you so much. I wish you'd stop fussing. Don't bite me, because I'll smack you in the head. I done told you about biting on me. Stop it. Still going through the biting baby phase. Quit, Dorcas. Shoot, I forgot what I was talking about. Get your ass over here. Quit. Stop biting. Butthead. I hate people. I do. I really do. Yeah, I was talking about that couple that, I mean, if you're insecure like that, quit biting me. That hurts. I'm going to smack you to the moon. And don't sneeze in my face because that's rude. Stop. Nope. You want me to bite you back? Quit. Anyways, I hate people. I do. I think they're disgusting. I think they're so goddamn selfish. If you don't stop... Quit biting! No! There's not nearly as many good people in the world anymore. There's so many poisonous people running around. And it's despicable. It's just... I told you... That's enough. That's enough. I love you dearly, but you're not going to use me as a biting post. Knock it off. Stop. And you're going to knock the camera down, too. Stop. Big horsey. Quit. Quit. He's a teenager. Can y'all tell? Rebellious teenager. Rebellious. Screw you. Screw your rules. I don't care. I'm like, you're going to get smacked, and I'll bet you'll care then. Okay, go over there. Go. Where's your ball? Go get your ballie. Go get your ball. Where is it? Go get it. Go get your ball. So anyway, people make me sick. People make me sick. I call her son, and I'm going to use his real name because I don't care. I call him King Joshua. Because he treats himself like a king, and she treats him like a king. He's going to take a lot more from you than he's going to give, which is a typical narcissist. And I think she's a narcissist too, and I'll tell you why. Because of how that went down and how she defended it. Oh, Missouri River. Okay, my brain. Missouri River and the Mississippi River are both over 2,000 miles long. That's how many excuses narcissists have to not help you. As long as the Mississippi goddamn River. Okay? That's how long the list is of all the reasons why what you need is not a good idea. Oh, God. Wow. People just, I don't know, they're just disgusting. They're just disgusting. And I see an epidemic of narcissism exploding through society. Literally exploding through society. It's at the point where when someone is a good person, you're like, whoa, wow, that was really nice. That was sweet. You're kind of blown away because that's not the norm anymore. So, ow, that's my finger. Dodo, that's my finger. Ow. Anyway, people think social media makes it worse. I don't think that makes it worse. I think you had a propensity towards narcissism anyway, and social media gave you permission to just be as narcissistic as you want to be. I don't think social media has the ability to make you be anything. You had a propensity towards that anyway, and then that just pushed you over the edge. Selfies, me. That just made you spread your wings and go full blast narc. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I needed to get that out. I needed to vent. I've been holding that in since last summer. That's a long time. Can you let it go? Let go. Drop it. Oh my God, he drives me insane. Absolutely insane. I love him dearly. But, yes, he's a defiant kid. Yeah, so be careful who you hang out with. If you go to meetup.com, be very selective of who you hang out with. I met Hippie there. He is a malignant narcissist also. There's a bunch of narcs in there. You're not going to escape them. There's reasons why they're looking for new people to fuck with, because they've already worn out their welcome with people in their regular life. So they go on meetup.com. I'm not saying everybody on there is a narc, but my God, there's plenty. I've met them. Okay? There's plenty of narcissists on there. Selfish motherfuckers. Let go. Let go. Can you imagine me? I used to be an EMT, right? Working with an ambulance service. Drop it or I beat you to death. Drop it. Don't be growling at me. You hear him growling? I used to be EMT. Can you imagine me going, oh, we get a call for someone having a cardiac arrest? And I go, can't you see I'm having my lunch right now? Look, I ain't got time for all that. Oh, speaking of that, you're going to find, and I'm going to go there because you know me, I don't care. There's a ton of people, doctors, nurses, med techs, a lot of medical people who are the biggest narcissists you ever saw in your life. And you might be like, wait a second, that's weird. It's a caregiving field and there's a lot of selfish narcs in there. You damn straight. You know why? Because they get endless supply from work. Cops, medical people, judges, lawyers. Endless supply. They deliberately choose fields where people need them. When people see you in the medical field, they got an issue. You need them. That's supply. That's what keeps them alive. That's what keeps them breathing. So yes, I've met the biggest assholes in the medical field. My so-called mother was in the medical field. She's a psychotic bitch. And she was a psych nurse. At one point, she worked with the criminally insane, giving them their medications. Okay? And she should have been one of her own patients. Endless supply. People need you. They need you. They need you. That's what keeps them breathing. So just because it's a caregiving profession, that don't mean a hill of beans. That don't mean a hill of beans. There are narcs all up and down these fields, certain fields. Professors at college, teachers in high school, all of them. Not all of them are narcs, but a lot of them are. COs in prisons, they hate normal. Listen, I'm doing. COs in prison, I met a few of them. They are not right in the head. None of them are. It attracts narcissism. Narcissists. Prisoners, inmates, a lot of them are narcissists. If I want to break the law, I'm going to break the damn law. Okay? You don't tell me no. I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. Stop. Nope. So yeah, there's a whole lot of fields that have narcs in them. Medical is no exception. Narcs, narcs, narcs. All up and down, all up and down. And the higher they are, the more cocky they are. So I was never cocky. That's not who I am. Yes, people needed me, but I'm not cocky. That's just not my personality. I also don't need people to need me. So, you know, there's that. Okay? But the higher you go, the more egotistical they are. Like, paramedics think they're the bomb.com, and doctors think they're the bomb.com. Some nurses think they're the bomb.com. Well, y'all better flip a coin to see who's really the bomb, because all y'all's egos are exploding with power, and y'all are just some twisted mofos. Twisted. Can you drop it? Can you drop it? Can you drop it? No. He wants to wrestle me all the time. And I'm like, dude, can I not do something for me for a change? My dog is a narc. Hi, baby. I love you, but you drive me insane. You're the reason people drink. Dogs are the reason people drink. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Anyway, thanks for listening. You guys take care. Much love. Bye-bye.